It's Friday the 6th. There's 2 crazy movies coming out. Ballerina's so good.
So excited.
It is so good.
So excited.
I am one of the, and I found out today, you were with me. I personally like John Wick 1 the most. A lot of people like as the franchise went on. I'm personally a John Wick 1, John Wick 2, Ballerina, John Wick 4, John Wick 3 guy.
Wow.
I might even put Ballerina, John Wick 1, Ballerina, John Wick 2. It's that good.
And you've only seen it once so far,
I've only
right?
seen it once, and I was infatuated. My concern and a big reason I want to do summer movie preview is to tell you how good it is. Because I really want, the word of mouth on it is not what it needs to be. It is shockingly good at building mythology. The action's insane. Ana de Armas is a movie star, and this is her like flexing.
Yeah.
It's so good, but I love the weekend we get because this is counter programming in the right way. Juxtaposing Ballerina, action, spectacle, glory, we've got The Phoenician Scheme, the new Wes Anderson film, and The Life of Chuck, which is the new Mike Flanagan adaptation of a Stephen King novel. So we've got adult fare in one direction of seriousness with joy, one in whimsy and Phoenician, and then we've got a big spectacle. To me, this is the first weekend that isn't just like trying to Barbenheimer. To me, Mission Lilo felt like it was like, we've got 2 giants. This weekend feels like an old summer movie weekend where it's like, we got 3 movies I love to see and they're all different tonalities.
Yeah, good counter programming, right? Yeah. No, I remember back in the day when you used to...
You could actually look, you read the paper.
I actually know. I remember growing up, seriously, I can't like pick out 2 particular movies, but there would be totally different genres where I would literally have nothing to do all day and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go there, then I'm going to go here, enjoy my cake and eat it.
And I feel like this summer is finally back to the bygone era of movie summer.
But it makes me so, I agree with you. It makes me so happy to hear that Ballerina is really good because I love the John Wick franchise. I could watch those movies all day. And it's Len Wiseman, right? Directed it?
And crushed it, dude.
I'm one of the few, it seems like I think, that likes Live Free or Die Hard. So I think, I haven't seen the Underworld films. I know you did those as well. I was going to say,
I love Underworld.
I have not seen those.
And Roadhouse.
Yeah. Oh, he did the
new Roadhouse?
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah. But anyways, I love the unrated version of Live Free and Die Hard. I think that's a fun action film. I would actually venture to make a not so popular comment and say it's my second favorite Die Hard film.
Hot take from Andrew today.
Sorry.
All right, now we're getting into
but again, just really quick. I'm sorry. I just want to say, like, I'm really looking forward. I'm so glad to hear that it's getting some positive word of mouth, and I love Ana de Armas. She's incredible. I did see Roxy too. I want to shout her out. She did say she thinks she'd make a great Catwoman.
Love. I'm going to give you an even bolder statement.
Yeah.
I think Ballerina is my number 2 movie of the year.
Wow.
I was just looking at my list.
Sinners 1?
Sinners 3.
Oh, what's number 1?
I loved Novocaine, dude.
I still haven't seen it.
Novocaine is so
I
good.
still haven't seen it.
I'm somewhat biased, but like it is joy incarnate, and it feels like a 90s or early 2000s action comedy.
I want to see. I remember that
good.
was one of the trailers that we reacted to. I was like, I want to see this
dude,
so bad.
I think 1 and then Ballerina and then Sinners.
If Greg doesn't have us react to it, I'm just gonna watch it on my
just
own.
live.
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting for.
So, okay, that was this week. That's tomorrow or today. That's right now at your local cinema. Next week is where I think we enter the biggest movies of the year conversation. How to Train Your Dragon live action. I think this has a contender to hit the Lilo and Stitch rhythm. I think this is maybe the thing that'll slow Lilo and Stitch down. It will have had a 3-week runway, so I feel like it's going to do its due. How to Train Your Dragon, I've also seen. I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. But I really, really think if I were to be able to, I'd be positive. But How to Train Your Dragon live action, I feel like we have buzz about it. I feel like it's a beloved trilogy. I feel like it's got a contender of billion maybe. What are your thoughts?
That's such a popular franchise. Those 3 films are so innovative. They are so much fun. And the world building in that, the animation's incredible. And I think the biggest thing we've talked about before when it comes to Last of Us, when you adapt franchises, the biggest thing is you got to hit the major beats while still making it your own. Yep. So I'm excited to see that you're going to get, it's a popular IP. You're going to get people on first-time viewings no matter what, right?
Yeah.
If it's a very good film, that's when the repeat viewings come. I think that's the biggest thing. If the movie is good, you're going to get people coming back because
and bringing their family back.
Yeah, and bringing
you're selling multiple tickets if they all love it.
And we're in summer season. That's the thing, right? So when we're in summer season, that's a good babysitter too. To keep your kids
and actually a good opiate of the masses. It's not just dumb. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, no, and I think also too my favorite types of animation or children's type of films, even though I don't really consider How to Train Your Dragon children's films, my favorite types of films are ones that are good for adults and children.
I was going to say it's genuinely an all ages franchise.
Exactly. Those are my favorite types of films. I love films where both can enjoy it, pick up something each.
So at the end of this, when we look back, I do think How to Train Your Dragon is going to clear the top 5 of likely
I agree.
of that.
I totally agree with that. Especially if it's a great film, it's going to make so much money.
Not just a Chauffeur remake. Who said that? The 20th, the following week, we've got a John movie that I'm trying to bring him to a special presentation of a piece of. On the 20th, 28 years later.
Oh.
Very excited for Alex Garland coming back and Danny Boyle, like Alex Garland teaming up with Danny Boyle to return after all these years. It also has one of the best trailers I've ever seen. Speaking of marketing, I think the 28 years later's first trailer is art by itself. Like, and it gave nothing away, but it's pure. That reminded me of like when you're a 15 to 20-year-old and you understand movie literacy, but you're also like not working our job. Like that's the last time I think I was able to just watch trailers and not think about the scrutiny. That era, this feels like that trailer.
That's the secret to trailers for me, is when I don't know the plot or anything about the film and I'm asking more questions than knowing things in the film.
I want fake stuff in my trailers. I want them to deceive me.
Yeah.
Put Hulk in everything.
Yeah.
Like, I loved they did that.
Yeah. I mean, it gives you something visceral to think about.
Use a deleted scene.
And then you're like, yeah, no, for sure.
Give me a scene from F1 with Brad Pitt that's not in the movie.
Yeah,
because I don't want to see the movie. I want to see the trailer.
Yeah, exactly, because you're already pumped to see something. But yeah, no, that trailer was intense. It was suspenseful. And it's been a while since Aaron and I reacted to the first film. I love that movie. And I mean, Last of Us is one of my favorite franchises ever when it comes to the TV show, when it comes to the video games. And so much inspiration comes from that, because that came out of it clearly about 11 years before.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's so much stuff in there that builds upon in that world. It's such a cool universe. And I still haven't seen the other films in it. Maybe some reactions in the future, foreshadowing maybe. But yeah, no, that's so cool that Danny Boyle is, because he directed the first one. Yeah, he's back. And Alex Garland, I still got to see more Alex Garland films.
He's one of the best.
I know. I
One
really.
of the best.
What was the one that he did with the? What's the film called? I'm thinking with Donald Gleason.
And
Oscar Isaac.
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Never seen it.
Top 30 of all time.
Never seen it. I've been telling Greg I got to get on that
So
reaction.
good. Actually, that's a great reaction, Greg.
Yes.
If you're watching this edit.
Greg,
it's great.
Do it now.
So the 20th, we got 28 years later. As said, we have Elio, which is a new Pixar film, which I do not feel like people are talking about. And then a bit of counter programming for the folks that like to sit and have a little somber adult drama time. This is on my radar, and I haven't heard anybody else talk about it. There's a movie called Everything's Going to Be Great. That in itself is one of those mumblecore adult drama comedies. Listen to this cast. Allison Janney.
Okay.
Bryan Cranston.
Wow.
Simon Rex. Chris Cooper. That's all I need. That's all I got.
Yeah, I was going to say
Allison Janney and Bryan Cranston are enough for me.
I'm just good with that cast. I don't even need to know anything about the film. I
haven't even watched the trailer. I just know I'm going to see it. So that's the 20th. Again, big summer weekend. We've got the big tent pole. 28 years later is not quite a tent pole, but it is a smaller budget. Doesn't have to make a ton of it back because it's going to cost less.
Exactly.
It got greenlit as a trilogy, and they did a really interesting thing. Have I talked about this? 28 years later is greenlit and written as a trilogy. The first one is Danny Boyle. The second one is Nia DaCosta, who I adore. It's already been filmed. Depending on the success of 1 and 2, 3 is greenlit.
Wow.
But we've got to show up to 1 and 2. I've never seen a studio be like, you get pieces.
I love that they're so competent in what they're doing, that they're already greenlit. But that gives me more confidence as a moviegoer.
And then the third gets more of a budget if they do well.
Yeah, no, for sure. And
that's exciting.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a spoiler. Obviously, we know Cillian Murphy was in the first one. We saw little snippets that this could be him. And it's not going to be him, but I'm really hoping that he comes back in one of the sequels because I love his character so much.
Dude,
that I believe has been confirmed.
Oh, it has?
One thing that struck me
I was going to say or not.
is that they've said Killian's not that zombie, but he's going to be in part 2 and 3. And part of me wonders if they are using that as
to get to it.
To get to it 3. Yeah.
Because 2's already shot half of it, but 3 definitely feels a little more tenuous. We got Killian.
Though.
He's in a scene in 2, and then 3 is about him. So they're like, you want him?
Yep.
You want Oppenheimer?
That's damn good marketing then, if it is.
That's what I would do.
Because I don't even know.
Dangle the biggest movie of the last few years success-wise. So yeah, the 20th, 28 years later, Elio, everything's going to be great. 24th, Ironheart comes out. That's TV, but I want to make sure people watch it. And then the 27th is a crazy weekend. June 27th. Megan 2.0, low budget, big success opportunity. We watched the first one.
Loved it.
And your boy is back. with the other Interview with the Vampire Star.
Oh,
We got F1.
damn. I wouldn't. I mean, granted, I'm assuming I'm reacting to both of them. I don't know. But if that's a double feature day for me.
That's a special
That's
day.
a double feature day for me because I love the trailer to Megan 2.0. But like again, those are the days I talked about growing up in the theater. Those are the double feature days. I have to see both in theaters.
I think F1's going to surprise people. I think I would, off of the buzz a month ago, not have put it in the conversation. I think off the first screening and the word I've heard this week.
I've heard incredible positive word of mouth as well. And I mean, Joseph Kosinski.
Yep.
Top Gun Maverick is one of my favorite movies in the last 10, 15 years. I have this because of Top Gun Maverick. I'm not even joking. It's not even a joke. Like, I saw Rooster on screen. I was like, a man can look cool with a mustache. All right, let me give it a shot. I'm not saying I do, but I'm going to give it a shot. But yeah, and I actually liked the second Tron film, Legacy. Personally, John and I reacted to it. The soundtrack in that is bonkers incredible. I love
Neutron is 9 Inch Nails, dude.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
I'm such a 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm with you. But I'm if I'm not reacting to that film, I'm seeing. I know Megan, I probably am. But if I'm not,
I probably am too because we watched.
Yeah, for sure. But if I'm not, I'm seeing that in theaters.
Yeah.
Like that is a total like. I mean, like hearing the roar of the race cars and like Joseph. I mean, I want to see
10 minutes at CinemaCon. It's insane.
Yeah, but also too, not only that, I want to see the follow up to what the guy who did Top Gun Maverick.
Right, just
like,
in general, anything he does, I'm there.
Yeah.
And it's Brad Pitt.
Yeah, no, for sure. Is he again? Like this is just a general question. Is he supposed to work with Tom Cruise again on something or
so.
no? Yeah, because they're such a
they're
what a duo. So good together. I know they've talked about it and it's been green lit from my last reading of Top Gun 3.
Oh, I think so.
Is Joseph supposed to?
He'd have to.
Yeah.
You do not risk
I know
that.
McQuarrie is. I mean, it feels like McQuarrie's writing everything Tom Cruise is in now. Or at least.
I feel like Tom Cruise gets a little bit. They have a shorthand that allows Tom Cruise to really cruise.
Yeah.
All right. So now we have the biggest month of the year. I would say one is the biggest months in movie history.
Birthday month.
I'm not being hyperbolic when I say this could be a $2.5 billion month.
Gee.
July 2nd, Jurassic World Rebirth. Already, I mean, that franchise, not Park, but World, they've all hit $1 billion. Quality notwithstanding, there's some highs and lows. They all hit $1 billion. So Jurassic opens the month. 9 days later, and I love this perfect ratio. 2 weeks is following this, but a 9-day window. So Jurassic has time to make a ton of money and things to subside a little bit.
Yeah.
Superman. We get Superman July 11th. This is being eyed as the biggest DC opening ever. The tracking numbers I saw this week were $154 to $175 million opening. It also broke tons of trailer records. Like, that's doing okay.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's going to be the thing for Jurassic Park. I mean, again, it's Jurassic Park. People are going to go in the theater, but it's going to have to get some good word of mouth too in order to get some repeat viewings, because once Superman hits theaters, it's going to immediately dip
So
right
it's got
away.
9 days, which I like.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So Jurassic, 9 days, Superman. And then the next week, this is cool because it's a little bit of counter-programming. Before we get to the other movie we're going to talk about, Smurfs is the 18th, which is a huge family thing, which I feel like nobody's talking about. But that's going to be an audience that we don't have access. Like, we're just like, oh, it's making money. It'll be like when Garfield made money. I'm like, sure. That same weekend with Smurfs, people aren't talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer gets its remake, the 18th.
Oh my God.
Still July. And there's a little movie called Eddington, which has an insane cast. It's kind of like the last one I was just describing. So Eddington, Smurfs, and the insanity of, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, counter-programming Superman, I think is so perfect a week later, because then its real competition comes after that. Oh, Eddington is a Pedro Pascal movie.
Pedro Pascal's in a movie?
Dude,
I don't see him that much.
He's
really?
got to get to work. I don't know what he's doing.
I hope he does. He needs it.
Not only is he in a movie, it's an Ari Aster movie.
Yeah, that's why I wrote it down. Thank you for finding it. Yeah, Ari Aster, Joaquin Phoenix,
Oh my God.
Emma Stone, and Pedro Pascal.
Again, I don't even need to know anything.
Quietly
I'm good.
just coming out on the 18th. So right now, July, Jurassic World, Superman, Smurfs, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Eddington, and then the 25th, Fantastic Four. So a 2-week window between Superman and Fantastic Four means you can go super fantastic.
Yeah.
And you've got Jurassic for repeat viewing, and you've got Smurfs for the kids, and you've got to know what it did last summer for the horror fans, and you got Happy Gilmore.
I talked about the movie theater being a good babysitter. This is going to be a good month for babysitting in the movie theaters.
I've never heard of a July like that.
Yeah, that's a
Like
lot.
that is actually insane.
Before we get into Fantastic Four and Superman, that's an interesting month to put I Know What You Did
Right?
Last Summer. I mean, because
There's
usually
nothing horror in there
Yeah,
because Megan was June.
that's true. I guess for counter programming, that is actually it's not
interesting.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad idea. I was just thinking that
It's
too.
the only R-rated thing except Eddington. Those are different audiences.
I guess too. Yeah, that is a that's a smart way to do it. I guess if there's nothing else that's coming out that's horror wise. So because I was thinking that I'm like,
Horror's making a comeback.
yeah, no,
in the
for
mainstream,
sure.
like-
It is. No, but I was thinking too, like, because usually I associate horror films with like more like Halloweenish time
100%.
or like
or early spring,
early
like
spring.
in that dry. But
Yeah.
I think they're trusting audiences more.
Yeah, but also too, this is a good time to go to the theaters in the summer, like
Yeah.
the blockbuster season. So, and there's nothing else coming out. I didn't realize that until you said that. But I'm like, actually, it's not the worst idea.
I think that's so crazy. So Jurassic 9 days, Superman 2 weeks, fantastic. I think those three alone are going to clear 2 billion combined, if not more.
Yeah,
Could almost hit 3. And then the support from Smurfs and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
So and then some people can go see Eddington. I know me and John are excited about Eddington. I wrote it down months ago and then forgot what it was, and now it's just here in my calendar. But I think all of that, and then before we get, and then August, that's not really the summer movie season. We get Weapons, which I think is going to be huge. Caught Stealing, I think is going to be huge. That is the new joint from Aronofsky that looks like a Guy Ritchie film, which I'm excited about. Matt Smith's in it, and so is Elvis, Austin Butler and Matt Smith together, gold. And then show-wise, King of the Hill, August 4th.
Oh wow.
But I want to talk. Yes, I'm so excited for propane and propane accessories.
Whoa.
Oh, Bobby. That was like Johnny Bravo. But
Yeah, Big Mama.
on the 25th, and then we got to wrap out because I've done this for hours. I'm so sorry, Greg. It's a long edit. But on the 25th, you had something you wanted to talk about.
On the
A
25th,
certain film you actually watched a trailer for.
which
A summer movie spectacle.
Oh, Happy Gilmore too. I'm like, wait, where are we going right now? Sorry. Yeah, I'm really looking forward. I mean, grand quality wise, I don't know what we're getting, but I don't care how ridiculous or the buffoonery that happens in this movie. I've been waiting for this
you
film.
sanction this buffoonery.
I sanction, as Jim Carrey did with, or as Jim Carrey. Oh wait, was it Tommy
As
Lee
Tommy Lee
Jones
Jones
said to Jim
didn't.
Carrey? Yeah, he didn't to Jim Carrey. Sorry, I was trying to remember. Yeah, because Jim Carrey said that on the Norm Macdonald show, right? Too.
I was trying to out Andrew.
Yes.
I was trying to make a deep cut reference to the 90s.
That's why you're the geek checked. The other geek checked, rather. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to this film. Again, I don't care how ridiculous this movie is. I remember I saw this at the Universal Theater in '96, Happy Gilmore, and I've been obsessed with Adam Sandler ever since. And I actually met him in person. Such a sweet human being. Very humble, very cool guy. Says hi to everyone. Really, really cool. Really cool gentleman.
It stars someone that I watch everything of.
Oh,
and,
yeah?
And it's not just Adam Sandler. Eminem's in this movie.
Is he really? I didn't
Marshall
even know that.
Mathers.
I didn't know. You are obsessed.
Yeah. Dude, I'm so excited.
Oh yeah. No. If you have not seen this man karaoke, he is the best. Seriously, I'm not
this
saying
fast
I'm not
talking, I gotta use
I'm
it
not
somewhere.
saying this because we're coworkers and we're friends. You are freaking good at that.
Pretty good,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, how does he have the vocal capacity to
It's
do
all
this?
this talking I do professionally, and
Yes.
then that's
Like
the outlet.
it's the practice
Yeah.
for that. That's
this
what
is
it's
just
called.
to practice
Yeah.
doing Rap God.
But seriously though, I'm so excited. Like when I watched the trailer, I was like, I don't want to watch this because I don't want to be revealed. But I'm like, it's Happy Gilmore. I don't care. There were so many things, and you know me, I'm the Easter egg reference man, right? And I'm like, oh, reminding me of this, reminding me of that. I can't wait. I told Greg I really want to react to that one, but it made me feel so nostalgic watching the trailer.
And we got a lot of good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Netflix is bringing the heat with Happy Gilmore.
Again, I'm fascinated by everything in regards to July. I'm really curious though what I Know What You Did Last Summer, because I think it's going to
like a dark horse.
Well,
maybe
yeah,
just
for
make
sure.
More, yeah.
But I think it's going to have studios think like, hey, in regards to in regards to counter programming, like if there's nothing else playing in regards to horror, like we can't, like it can't
There's
be
a Marvel
safe
movie
bet.
coming out. Let's put out this to go. Like, yeah, I think I'm curious how it does as well.